underneath. Quick blocking foul underneath. My mic was muted, I apologize for that. But we're back here, Newport News, Virginia, on the campus of Newport News Shipbuilding. Beautiful day here for a basketball game as the Golden Bears are on the board first as the Builders are out. Second three-point shot missed by the Builders. Golden Bears on the run. Here's Boulware, shot no good, brought down by Drew Walton. Builders out quickly. Sam Morris shot up and good, and the foul. The hoop and the harm for Sam Morris. That foul is going to be on Kendall Matthews. That is going to be his first personal foul and the team's first. Going along with Sam Morris on the court for Evan Key. His starting lineup, Sam Morris, Marion Moore, Caleb Molesky, Drew Walton, and Corey Joyner. As the free throw is missed, Golden Bears on the run. Jason Mixon with the basketball being guarded. Starting five for the Golden Bears of Clinton College out of Rock Hill, South Carolina. Number 0, Jason Mixon with the basketball. Number 2, Xavier Clark. Number 3, Andreas Boulware, as the shot is up and in for Xavier Clark. On the floor with the Golden Bears as well as Micah Smith and Kendall Matthews. Andrew Bynum is the coach of the Golden Bears as Molesky works it down low to Walton. Shot up off the bank and good. 4-4 our score, 18-18 remaining in the first half. Golden Bears on the attack. Here's Clark being guarded by Joyner. 4-4 is our score. Still early in the basketball game. Dribble penetration into the lane. Shot is good for Micah Smith. 6-4, Golden Bears, again of Clinton College. Rock Hill, South Carolina is where the campus is located. Here's Caleb Molesky over to Morris. Correction, that's Moore, but he's fouled. That's the second personal foul on Kendall Matthews. As quickly into the ball game is Kent. No, you know what? That's actually Bryant Fuller. Giving Marion Moore an opportunity to rest early on in the basketball game as the Builders trail by a single basket, 6-4. Drew Walton into Caleb Molesky. Joyner at the top. Guarded closely. Here's Fuller. Three-point shot is good. 7-4 our score. Builders take the lead on the long three-point shot from Bryant Fuller. Those are his first points of the basketball game. As that ball sails out of bounds for the Golden Bears, so that's going to be a turnover, ladies and gentlemen. Ryan Barnes makes his way into the basketball game for Kendall Matthews. Here's Joyner in the backcourt. 17-18 remaining in the ball game. Builders up 7-6. Shot up and blocked by Joyner, but there's a foul. That foul is on number 2, Xavier Clark. So that'll be his first personal foul, the team's third. Brandon Joyner, Corey Joyner at the line to shoot 2 for the home Builders. Coming into this afternoon's ball game, coming off of a tough loss on last night to Villa Maria College, as the first free throw is up and no good, so that dropped the Builders' overall record to 7-7, 3-1 in the conference. And the second free throw is good as more substitutions into the ball game for the Builders. Brandon Joyner replaces Sam Morris in the lineup. Builders up now 8-6 over the Golden Bears. 17-12 remaining in the basketball game. Here's Mixon over to Smith. Barnes with the ball, drives, shot up and good off of the backboard. Beautiful job of working the baseline that time by Barnes to knot the score at 8 apiece, but 8 apiece for not too long, as a long three-point shot is good for Corey Joyner. 11-8 our score. Builders lead over the Golden Bears of Clinton College off of the screen. Three-point shot is up and good for Boulware. And that quickly gets us to 11-11 in the ball game. 6:25 remaining. Feed to the low post to Walton. Had a great game last night. Traveled on that play. Normally when the ball goes down into the low post, you want your post player to be a little bit more decisive about what they want to do with the basketball. Walton with the turnover. We first have our first timeout of this afternoon's ball game. 16-19 remaining in the first half. I'd like to welcome you back to courtside. How you folks doing? Howard McCain with you, bringing you this afternoon's action as the Builders look to break a 4-game losing streak. And again, their overall record sits at 7-7. So Evan Key has an opportunity this afternoon to see if they can get a win against a somewhat wounded Golden Bears basketball team who come into tonight's or this afternoon's play with an overall record of about 4-8. So they've been struggling just a little bit here, but don't get me wrong, Coach Bynum has these guys ready to play. So 11-11 is our score. 16-19 remaining in the second half as both teams now make their way back onto the court. Antoine Dawkins, Kyle Nev, as a three-point shot is up, no good for the Golden Bears. Builders run, outlet to Molesky, cut off but lost out of bounds. Possession will remain with the Builders. Antoine Dawkins, Kyle Nev, and Raymond Payne are our officials for this afternoon's basketball game. 16 minutes remaining. 11-11 is our score. Caleb Molesky kick out to Fuller. Three-point shot, no good. Rebound taken by Barnes. Here's Caldwell, fresh into the ball game. Three-point shot, no good. But nice job of working the glass for the Golden Bears is Ron Barnes, a freshman center for Clinton College. Ball goes out of bounds, so possession will stay with Clinton. 15:41 remaining, 11-11 is our score. Bears lose the basketball on a turnover. Two Bears collide with each other. Easy layup on the other end and a foul. That foul call is going to be on Marquise Caldwell. No, they're going to give that foul to Xavier Clark. Count the basket. So Brandon Joyner will step to the line and attempt to complete the three-point play the old-fashioned way. Builders lead 13-11, 15:36 remaining in the first half. Free throw is down. Marion Moore back into the ball game to give Caleb Molesky an opportunity to catch his breath over here next to Evan Key on the sideline as the Bears trigger. Four-court press being put on by the Builders that was broken by the Bears. Here's Barnes. Mixon tries to direct the offense. Here's Xavier Clark. Long three-point shot. No good. Rebound, Barnes. Put back, no good. Barnes is working extremely hard underneath for the Bears. And right now, on the glass, we have no answer for Barnes. As early on in this ball game, I believe Barnes has to have at least 4 offensive rebounds. The putback is good as down court. Drew Walton with the easy basket, and that pushes the Builder lead to 16-13. 14:44 remaining as the Bears go back on the attack. Three-point shot, no good. Walton clears. Here's Joyner, guarded closely by Boulware. Corner three is up and good. Brandon Joyner with a long three-point basket, and that pushes the Builder lead to 19-13. And as we saw last night, Brandon Joyner has fallen in love with that corner three as the Bears come back and answer with the three of their own. And Darius Boulware with the basket. Here's Joyner. Three-point bucket is good as Joyner continues to put on a clinic with the corner three. And that pushes the Builder lead to 22-16. 13:46 remaining. Bears with a miss. Walton with the rebound. Here's Joyner. Thought there may have been a foul on the play, but nothing called as we get a tie-up. But while Joyner, and I believe that's Boulware, were tied up with the basketball, Joyner foot was on the baseline out of bounds, so the ball immediately goes over to Clinton, who trail right now by 6, 22-16, 13:35 remaining. Darius Hampton into the ball game for the Golden Bears as Mixon triggers.
Funnel.
Here's Smith. Full court press broken again by the Bears. 20 seconds left on the shot clock as the Bears work. Shot inside, up and good for Micah Smith. And here's Brandon Joyner, who has been burning it up from three-point land, and you almost don't even want him to take a two-point shot. He's been so effective from three. Here are the Golden Bears, deep in the corner. Work it out to the top to Smith. Smith over to Mixon. Here's Smith with the basketball. Drive to the hoop, up and good. That narrows the Builder lead down 22-20. 12:46 remaining. Here's Corey Joyner getting instruction from his coach Evan Key as he crosses the timeline. He's picked up by the 2-3 defense currently being played by the Clinton Bears. Walton, deep corner, three, up and good! Brandon Joyner. That's his third three-point shot from that exact same spot on the court, and he's drained every single one of them. 25-20 is the score. Builders lead, 12:14 remaining. Shot up and good for Ron Barnes, who's having one heck of a half so far. He has 6 points already, but he has to have at least 6 rebounds to go along with those 6 points. As a long three-point shot from Corey Joyner's, no good, but Brandon Joyner back to intercept the long outlet. Here's Joyner. Here's Walton, shot. Goes in. 27-22 is our score as the Builders come out early this basketball game hot. And we want them to stay hot for the entire basketball game. 27-22 our score as we get a quick timeout being called by Evan Key. Get his guys over to the bench and give him an opportunity to rest up. But so far, excellent first half being played right now by the Builders as we are in a timeout. Again, as you see right there, 11:42 remaining. 27-22 Builders, as I believe it is Corey Joyner who is the leading scorer right now. I believe that's Brandon Joyner who's the leading scorer right now for the Builders. He's currently sitting at 15 points, folks. That's at least half of the points scored right now by the Builders. Corey Joyner, hot, has been hitting it like crazy from the corner three. So if you're the Builders, keep feeding the hot guy. Continue to collapse the defense down into the lane, kick it out to the wing, and let Brandon Joyner try to drain another three. Right now, Builders 27-22, 11:45 as both teams are about to come out of the timeout and make their way back onto the court. But so far, exciting action down here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. Let's see what happens next. It'll be Clinton College's basketball. You can hear Coach Key giving out the defensive instructions for his basketball team as they put on a full court press, but once again it's broken easily by the Golden Bears. Here's Mixon. Mixon over to Williams, who drains a three of his own, and that cuts the Builder lead now from 20 down to 27-25. 11:20 left to play. Here's Corey Joyner over to Brandon Joyner. And the Builders just able to break the full court press as the feed down low to Walton. Second shot up and good. 11:05 left in the first half, 29-25 Builders. Here's Clark over to Williams. Sheriff Williams shot, no good. Rebound taken by Corey Joyner. Brandon Joyner with the basketball, 15 points so far. Long three-point shot, no good, but there was a foul underneath on the Clinton Bears. They're going to give that foul or credit that foul to Sheriff Williams, and that'll be Sheriff Williams' first personal foul, and that'll be the team's fifth. So Builders not quite in a bonus just yet. 17 fouls puts you in the 1-and-1. 10 fouls puts you in the double bonus. Another three-point basket drained in the corner by Brandon Joyner. 32-25 is our score, and you would think that the Clinton Bears have seen the same thing that I've seen, and they would assign somebody to Brandon Joyner and not let him leave the guy on defense. But hey, if they're going to give it to him and he's going to take it and make it, we'll take it. 32-25 is the score. Bears with the basketball, driving to the lane, but offensive foul call. Nice job of setting his feet was Drew Walton underneath, and that foul call is going to go against Marquise Caldwell as Marion Moore makes his way back into the basketball game to give Drew Walton a rest. And awesome job underneath by Drew Walton to set his feet outside of the restricted area, create contact with the offensive player, and draw the offensive foul. 10 minutes remaining, 32-25 Builders. Here's Corey Joyner. Pressure defense by the Golden Bears as Brandon Joyner misses on the three-point shot. Marion Moore was tied up on the shot, so it's going to be a jump ball situation. Possession arrow is in favor of the Builders, so the ball will stay on this end. 28 seconds remaining on the shot clock for the Builders. 9:47 remaining in the half. Builders lead 32-25. Feed inside to Molesky, nothing doing as Joyner's three-point shot is good. Folks, that's 21 first half points for Brandon Joyner. 35-25, 10-point lead enjoyed right now by the by the Builders over the Golden Bears, as the Golden Bears three-point try of their own falls short. And I believe it's tapped out of bounds by the Golden Bears, so possession will go over to the Builders. But boy, something beautiful is happening right now with Brandon Joyner and the three-point line. He's in love with it. Just shy of Valentine's Day, I believe that Brandon Joyner has already found his love. And that's the three-point line as the feed goes down low to Moore. Shot no good, but Caleb Molesky with the putback. 37-25, 9:04 remaining in the first half. Builders lead by 12. Here come the Golden Bears. Builders on a current 4-game losing streak as we get a steal. Corey Joyner breakaway layup is good. 39-25. Builders lead. 8:40 remaining in the basketball game, and the Builders look awesome here on this Saturday afternoon here in Newport News, Virginia, as we get a timeout. Anderson Bynum screaming to his guys to call a timeout as the Builders enjoy a 14-point lead here at home on the campus of the Apprentice School here at Newport News Shipbuilding. And folks, it has been an awesome first half. We've seen Brandon Joyner. I haven't seen Brandon Joyner play like this the entire season, but boy, he is hot. Listen, the worst thing that can happen to a hot player is halftime. We're about 8 minutes and 28 seconds out from halftime right now, and if Corey Joyner has the hot hand, continue to feed him. 21 first half points right now from Brandon Joyner, and he's been putting on a clinic. So far, Builders playing inspired, energetic basketball. We need that to continue as we tick down this final 8 minutes and 28 seconds here of the first half. As you see, the guys have already made their way back on court. We're going to have Moore, Joyner, Brandon Joyner, Marion Moore, and Caleb Molesky, the original starting five, back onto the court for the Builders. Big smile on the face right now of Coach Evan Key, who's in his second season here with the Builders. Here's Jamie Williams. And another steal. Here's Moore, down court, but rejected. Beautiful job of not giving up on defense was Micah Smith, but we're going to have a traveling call by the Clinton Bears. 8:10 remaining. Here's Brandon Joyner. Again, 21 points for Brandon. Has fallen in love with the corner three. Here's Corey Joyner over to Molesky. Here's Morris. Dish to Moore. Kick to Joyner. Inside to Caleb Molesky. That was a beautiful job of moving the basketball on that possession by the Builders to use the pass to find someone open. 41-25 Builders. Bears on the attack. Shot missed by Micah Smith. Rebound taken by the Builders. Here's Joyner. Dish to Joyner. Misses a three-point shot. Now we know that he's fallen in love with that corner three. That wasn't quite the corner three we were looking for, but here's a long three-point shot. Good! Sam Morris. His first three-point bucket of this afternoon's basketball game, and that pushes the Builder lead. 44-25. Dribble drive into the lane, up and good. Jamie Williams stops the bleeding for the Golden Bears, who have been in a bit of a scoring drought here in this afternoon's basketball game as the Builders attack. Here's Molesky. Three-point shot, in and out. Rebound taken by Barnes, who's been a bit of a beast for the Golden Bears, especially on the glass as he dishes deep in the corner to Williams for a three-point shot that falls short. 6:30 remaining, first half. Builders 44, Golden Bears of Clinton College 27. As the Builders work, Moore shot no good, rebound taken by Sheriff Williams. Bears run, shot no good, rebound taken by Marion Moore. Builders run, Joyner shot no good, rebound taken by the Bears. Here's Barnes. Barnes over to Jamie Williams. Layup good. 44-29 is our score. 5:50 remaining in the first half as the scoring pace has kind of slowed down a little bit for the Builders. As Morris, long three-pointer off the mark. Bears with the rebound. Here's Caldwell looking. Finding Boulware, shot up and good. Bit of a run being employed right now by the Golden Bears as the Builders have gone into a bit of a scoring drought. Here's Joyner with the basketball. 5:13 remaining in the first half. Shot clock at 18. Here's Moore, who is yet to score in this afternoon's basketball game, who's coming into today's game as the leading scorer for the Builders. Three-point shot is up and good, and we get a timeout. Good timeout call right now by the Builders as they've seen their lead cut to 10. 44-34 as our score. 4:58 remaining as the Builders have themselves going into a bit of a scoring drought here late in the first half. We've seen the Golden Bears going a run of their own and gotten themselves back into the ball game, currently trailing by 10 right now. But again, haven't seen any scoring so far from the leading scorer for the Builders, Marion Moore. Kind of seems off of his game so far, but he's going to continue to shoot the ball, so trust me, he's going to find the bottom of the basket sooner or later. But again, the story of the first half so far has been Corey Joyner, 21 points so far to lead all scorers, including the Builders, with 21 points. So both teams make their way into the court to enjoy this final 4:58 of the first half as the Builders still lead by 10 and with the basketball. Scott gets the ball over. Well, Scott gets the ball back from Fuller. Bears were able to step into the passing lane and knock the ball away. And if it wasn't for my superior reflexes, there's a possibility I may have caught that basketball right in the face. But, you know, I'm so good with my reflexes and speed that I was able to deflect the basketball away. So ball is triggered back into play. Builders with the basketball. Here's Fuller. Feed down low to Smith. And we get a jump ball situation on the tie-up, and the possession arrow is in favor of the visiting Bears. So the Bears currently trail 44-34, 4:35 remaining as substitutions make their way into the ball game as Kendall Matthews and Jamie Williams enter the ball game for the Bears. Still a lot of time remaining here in the first half. Bears currently sit with 6 total team fouls, just one away from putting the Builders into the bonus. Builders only 1 team foul. 4:20 remaining, shot clock at 14. As the ball is lost out of bounds by the Golden Bears, so that's going to be a turnover. Builders with the ball. Smith triggers to Scott. So it's Smith, Scott, Fuller, Ely, and Walton on the floor for the Builders. Here's Fuller being guarded closely by Hampton. Shot clock at 8. Here's Smith. Has to make a decision with the basketball as the shot is up. No good, but Smith with his own rebound, put back no good. Golden Bears with the rebound, 3:42 remaining in the ball game. Builders lead 44-34 if you're just joining us. 3-point shot, no good. Rebound Smith for the Builders. Smith gets the ball over to Rashawn Ely, back to Smith as we get a traveling violation. Brandon Joyner, Corey Joyner, and Marion Moore quickly back into the ball game for the Builders. 3:25 remaining. 44-34 is our score. Builders have gone ice cold from the field. Haven't scored in quite a while. But they still hold to a 10-point lead as the Bears make their way over the timeline. Here's Boulware over to Smith, to Williams. Shot up, no good. And we're going to get an offensive foul call. That foul call is going to be on Darius Hampton. And for Drew Walton, that is his second drawn charge. So again, great job of just getting himself set to take that charge as Drew Walton. 3:06 remaining in the first half. Builders by 10. 44-34, Walton inside. Shot up and good. That breaks a long scoring drought for the Builders. 2:52 remaining, 46-34, 12-point lead by the Builders. As the Bears are able to drain their 3-point shot from Jason Mixon. That is his first bucket of the basketball game. He has 3 points. Here's Moore. Feed to Walton. Joyner goes down, able to control the basketball. Here's Ely. Shot short, rebound taken by Matthews. Here's Clinton. Shot up and good on the transition basket by Mixon. Mixon quickly with 5 points. And that narrows the Builder lead to 46-39, 2:05 remaining in the first half. Here's Joyner. Walton, pocket picked by the Bears. Bears on the attack. Miscommunication with the basketball, and that's a turnover. Here's Joyner. Scoop, layup, no good. Rebound corralled underneath by Marion Moore, but was not able to put it back in as the Bears off and running. Alley-oop defended well by Drew Walton. As the ball goes off of a Bear out of bounds, 1:37 remaining in the first half. Both teams up and down the court. Builders still hold to a 7-point lead, 46-39. Substitution into the ball game.
Back in for the Golden Bears,
For the Golden Bears is Sharif Williams, and Ron Barnes also making his way into the ball game. Again, 1:37 remaining in the first half. Builders hold to a 7-point lead. Here's Corey Joyner. Finds Sam Morris. Joyner looking underneath, almost had his pocket picked. And here's Brandon Joyner. Oh, first three-point shot from the corner, misses. 1:15 remaining. Three-point shot goes down for Darius Hampton. And quickly, a 12-point lead is cut down to only 4 for the Builders, 46-42. Builders under a minute remaining in the first half. Here's Morris, 15 seconds on the shot clock. Morris with the basketball, looks. Joyner, over to Joyner. Shot up, no good, but he's fouled. That foul call is going to be on Sharif Williams. That's going to be his second team foul, so that sends Brandon Joyner to the free throw line to shoot 2. First free throw is good. 42.5 seconds remaining in the first half as Caleb Molesky and Bryce Scott make their way into the ball game. 47-42 is our score. Brandon Joyner at the line to shoot the second of 2. Free throw goes in as Evan Key sends in a defensive substitution. Bryant Fuller takes the floor. Brandon Joyner leaves. The Golden Bears will counter on offense with number 20, Micah Smith. Micah Smith with 11 points. So Coach Bynum attempts to get all of his offensive skill players onto the floor. Here's Darius Hampton with the basketball. Full court press being put on by the Builders. 23 seconds on the shot clock, 32 seconds on the game clock. Here's Hampton. Offensive foul. Beautiful job by Bryant Fuller to get set underneath, take the tough offensive foul call. 48-42 is Builders as the Builders make offensive substitutions. Brandon Joyner makes his way into the ball game. 28 seconds remaining, shot clock off. Last possession should go to the Builders. Here's Joyner being guarded closely by Boulware. Molesky feed. Walton. Morris, 12 seconds remaining. 10, 9 seconds. Morris has to go with the basketball. Decides to take a long three-pointer that he drains. 51-42. As the clock expires here on the first half of play, here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center, and an exciting first half of basketball here on the campus of Newport News Shipbuilding as the home Builders take a lead into the half, 51-48. Just an awesome job of scoring. Beautiful job on that last play by Sam Morris to drain the long three-pointer to get some excitement into this arena going into the half. So right now our halftime score sits at 51-42. Leading score for the Builders right now easily. Barely even have to look at the scoreboard to find that out. Brandon Joyner, 23 first half points. He has just been on fire, but we need that fire in the second half. So hopefully the Builders will get everything that they need at the half, and when we come back to start the second half, the Builders will be ready to play and try to pick up their 8th win of the season and break this 4-game losing streak that the Builders have currently been on. So we'll get those halftime stats, and when we come back after this, we will let you know how the Builders performed in the first half. So don't go anywhere. Second half action coming up soon. Here we go.
My name is Letitia McCain. I am Director of Education of the Apprentice School. And I think the most fun part of it all is building a relationship with the students.
You know, the opportunity we can offer here at the Apprentice School is a very unique one. To prospective student athletes is just, it's one of a kind.
My favorite part about being an apprentice is getting to work with my hands and football. Since I came matured a lot, coming in straight out of high school, I'm able to better others.
Oh man, great experience. I mean, you're doing what you love. You're learning great tricks that can use anywhere. It's just a great experience, best experience I ever had.
I loved it because it taught me time and it taught me patience. One of those that did everything last minute, so it taught me how to go to work, get time for resting, get time for homework and school. Everything about being an apprentice has to be the opportunity that you get. Show initiative, determination, and you dedicate yourself. There's nowhere that can't be open.
It's a traditional four-year college scholarship type athlete. Just hearing about getting out and working, a lot about their character to even sign up and commit to a program like this. So the challenge, I think, just knowing that these women can do both, it was inspiring.
Wrestling is one sport that takes serious dedication to be really good at. And just like every other, they're going to school and they're going to work all day. They're working on nuclear aircraft carriers and submarines and being a full-time athlete.
I didn't know what to think. I was blindsided. Got to grow up a little fast, but I made it work. Been here 10 times. And yeah, tuition free.
Most recent grads that are graduating high school, their first year at college or typical university, they're sleeping in sometimes in the mornings. Our guys and young ladies are out beating on steel at 5:30 in the morning sometimes.
It's completely different. You really see how responsible you have to be to get up every morning and get to work, and how much people really rely on you.
This is not for somebody that's soft. It's something that it's very rewarding when you get through it. It's a long day. You're up at 5 or so. You may go to school all day. You may work all day. Practice afterwards. Get home, clean up, eat, do your homework, and get to bed and get ready to do it again the next day. So it's a sacrifice and it's a commitment.
I'd say my proudest moment really is just being able to have this opportunity and do it all. I mean, I got the schooling paid for and made it through that, and being able to do something that I'm really interested in.
But playing baseball is awesome through the apprentice school, because it definitely just opens more doors to move up in the company. You can't have much more fun playing baseball.
Probably is the best decision that you could make coming out of high school. You're going to be able to pay your own bills, start your own career, and also at the same time, you could get your education for free. So it's really a no-brainer.
I was recruited right out of high school. Had a defensive coordinator come to my school and say, hey man, you're not going to have any student debt when you finish up. You're going to get to play football and work with your hands every day. I said, sign me up right then and there. greatest experience of my life thus far.
You got to have some guts. You got to be hard-nosed to be able to survive this place, this culture, this atmosphere. So what we do is we come in, we tell our guys there are no excuses. We want guys that are smart, that are going to be able to come in here and get the classwork done. That's first and foremost. But secondly, we want hard-nosed guys that really love the game of football, guys that, you know, they can't wait to get over to football practice and they love to compete. We play a fast, high-paced, exciting brand of football, so that's something they can look forward to every day. With the way we're trending and the way our program is recruiting, I can tell you that we're going to be moving into some spaces that Apprentice football has never been before, and I'm excited about it.
It's a great opportunity to be able to come to the Apprentice School, not only play the sport, but also be able to have a career out of it as well, too.
I believe the proudest moment I've had is to see all of our players, walk that stage. I challenge each one of them to become a superintendent as a minimum, and several of them are going through the ranks making supervision, so I'm real proud of that. That's probably more than any of them shooting 69 or 70 in my opinion.
It's a big deal when they come here that they're building nuclear-powered submarines and aircraft carriers for the U.S. Navy, and basketball is just the fun part. But what our apprentices do on a day in and day out basis is protecting our security at home, so it's something that they're going to be able to really take pride in for the rest of their lives.
We play a huge part in the safety of our country, being a contractor of the United States Navy, and it's just an opportunity that we can offer that no one else in America can, so it's really unique here and really awesome.
The opportunity of the apprentice school should be known to a lot of individuals because it gives students an opportunity to come in and not only learn a trade, but also you get a chance to be an athlete as well. So to be able to get job skills, on-the-job training, as well as interact and be in a world-class company, I mean, what more can an individual ask for?
I'm Michael Allen. I'm the Director of Athletics here at the Apprentice School, and I am a builder.
My name is Brian Cave, and I am a builder.
My name is Nicole Jackson, and I am a builder.
My name is Ben Jones, and I am a builder.
I'm Joey Maben, and I am a builder.
My name is Zach Johnson, and I am a builder.
My name is BJ Maben, and I'm a builder.
My name is Quanisha Bruce, and I am a builder.
My name is Evan Key, and I am a builder.
My name is Mike Amrazovich, and I am a builder.
My name is John Davis, and I'm a builder.
My name is Austin Saylor, and I'm a builder.
My name is Marky Chevres, and I am a builder.
My name is Lou Picola, and I'm a builder.
I'm Brandon Joyner, and I'm a builder.
I'm a builder.
I am a builder.
I am a builder.
Good.
And I'd like to welcome you back to courtside here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. I'm Howard McCain, bringing you this afternoon's matchup between the Builders of the Apprentice School and the Golden Bears of the Clinton College out of Rock Hill, South Carolina. And right now our halftime score sits at 51-42 as both teams are about to make their way back onto the court for the second half as we go over some of the halftime stats for the Builders. Leading the Builders in scoring with 23 points, Brandon Joyner absolutely lit it up from three-point land. Builders 9 of 19 from three-point land at 47.4%, shooting about 44% from the field. It was Drew Walton and Marion Moore leading the team with rebounds with 4 apiece. On the other side of the court for the Golden Bears, it's Micah Smith leading all scorers for the Golden Bears with 11 points. As we get ready to transition into the second half, both teams are making their way back onto the court. The original starting 5 back onto the court for the Builders as both teams are set to finish up this basketball game. Again, the Builders looking to improve on their 7-7 mark and try to improve on 8-7 as we've already are about to start. Second half action is Caleb Molesky, who had a nice first half of his own. Caleb, 4 points of his own as he has the basketball now. Here's Corey Joyner being defended by Clark. Here's Marion Moore, who coming into this evening's basketball game as the ball is thrown out of bounds by Caleb Molesky, so that's going to be a turnover. But coming into this afternoon's game, Marion Moore, the leading scorer for the Builders at 20.3 points per game, so far scoreless in this basketball game, so that has to be a bit of a concern for the Builders as a three-point shot is up and good for the Bears. Xavier Clark. Long three-point shot goes down, and Builders lead cut 51-45, 19-10 remaining in the basketball game. Here's Moore over to Morris. Morris finds Joyner for three. No good. Rebound taken by the Bears, but there's a foul on the rebound. That foul on the rebound is going to be called on Drew Walton. So for Walton, that'll be his first personal foul to go along with 10 points. 19 minutes remaining, 51-45 is our score. Golden Bears with the basketball. Here's Marquise Caldwell. I'm sorry, that's Xavier Clark. Over to Boulware. Plenty of time on the shot clock as we have an offensive foul call. And guess who picks it up, folks? Drew Walton. Drew Walton draws his third charge of this afternoon's ball game. And that turns the ball back over to the Builders, who currently lead 51-45, 18-47 remaining in the ball game. Here's Morris being defended closely. Ball is kicked on the pass by Boulware. Shot clock is at 20. 18:37 remaining as Marion Moore triggers into the backcourt to Joyner. 17 seconds on the shot clock, plenty of time to get into the play. As Joyner looks. Joyner, back to Joyner, but Joyner turns the basketball over quickly, able to get his hand into the passing lane and get it back. Beautiful save on the sideline by Drew Walton. Three-point attempt, no good by Corey Joyner. Long outlet, shot up and blocked, but Marion Moore got Boulware on the wrist, and that's going to be a foul. So Boulware will step to the line to shoot two. 18-10 remaining. 51-45 is our score. So far, only one basket scored in the second half. And that was a three-point shot by the visiting Golden Bears as Boulware's first free throw is up and good. 51-46, 5-point lead by the Builders here at home. Boulware's second free throw is no good. Trickles off the rim, rebound taken. Drew Walton, here's Brandon Joyner. Feed inside by Drew Walton to Marion Moore. Goes off of his fingertips, out of bounds, and Marion Moore's frustrating day of not scoring continues as a transition three-point shot is no good, but the rebound was taken by the Golden Bears. Shot blocked. Rebound back up and good. Jason Mixon with the shot. And so far, all scoring in the second half has come from the Golden Bears as the long corner three is good. Brandon Joyner picks up his 26th point of the basketball game, and we have a foul in the backcourt. 54-48, Builders lead. First points for the Builders in the second half, 17:31 remaining. Bears in the backcourt with Boulware being guarded by Moore. Boulware over the timeline, 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Just in front of his head coach, Bynum. Shouts out instructions. Feed down low. Shot no good. Rebound taken by Joyner. Joyner feeds to Walton. Shot blocked, but offensive foul call. Now, it wasn't Drew Walton that drew the offensive foul call. He committed the offensive foul call this time. So that's 4 offensive foul calls that Drew Walton has been involved with. 3 he was able to draw. 1 he committed. Ron Barnes makes his way back into the ballgame for the Golden Bears. Here's Clark with the ball over to Boulware. 20 seconds on the shot clock. 16:50 remaining in this afternoon's ball game. Builders lead 54-48. As the Bears attack the basket with Micah Smith, leading scorer for the Bears. He has 13. Here's Joyner, 16:30 remaining. Brandon Joyner, 26 points so far for the Builders. Three-point shot, no good, but he is fouled. That foul call is going to go on Joe Mixon. And for Joe Mixon, that is his first personal foul. So Brandon Joyner fouled in the act of shooting three, so he'll shoot three. First one is good, 55-50, 16:22 remaining in the ball game. And for Brandon Joyner, that is his 27th point of this afternoon's ball game. Excellent ball game being played right now by Joyner as he drains the second of three, 28 points. Caleb Molesky and Bryant Fuller make their way into the ball game for the Builders. 6-point lead, 56-50, Builders over the Bears, as Brandon Joyner's third free throw trickles off the side of the iron. And the score remains 56-50 Builders, 16:15 remaining in the ball game.
51.
Here's Barnes, who just forces his way down low for an easy basket. And for Barnes, that is point number 8, as the feed down low is intercepted by the Bears. Boulware shot, no good. Putback is good, and we have a foul. Micah Smith with the basket. That foul call is on Drew Walton. That is his second personal foul. So that cuts the Builder lead down to 2. 56-54, 15:47 remaining. Micah Smith at the line to shoot 1. And that's what the lead now sits at for the Builders, 1. 56-55 Builders. Here's Fuller looking down low to Walton. Shot clock at 20. Walton works. Shot up, no good, but he was fouled. That foul was on Ron Barnes, and as you can see, Drew Walton is extremely upset. So it's good that Walton takes that little walk to try to calm himself down just a little bit before he steps into charity stripe to try to sink these two and extend the Builder lead to 3, which currently sits right now at 1. 56-55, 15:32 remaining in the second half. Here's Walton. Free throw, no good. And I know what everyone's thinking. Walton still a little amped up after that hard foul from Barnes. Not quite able to make the first free throw drop. And misses the second of 2. So the score remains 56-55. Builders, 15:26 remaining. Here's Smith, who leads all scorers for the Bears right now with 16. Barnes works. Spin move. Shot good. Nice job of footwork that time by Barnes in the paint, and that gives the Golden Bears the lead, folks, 57-56, as the pass is intercepted by the Bears. Hampton with the interception, who has the ball right now, 14:56 remaining. Hampton, shot, no good, rebound taken, but there's a foul, I believe, on the rebound. That foul is going to go on Jason Mixon, as Sam Morris is set to return to the court for the Bears. But first, we're going to get a timeout. Timeout being taken by the Builders. 14:51 remaining in the basketball game. Builders currently lead right now by a score of 50. I'm sorry, I looked at the scoreboard backwards. Actually, the Golden Bears are currently leading right now by a score of 57-56. Coming out in the second half, Builders look just slightly flat. Not coming out with the energy that they had in the first half, and they've seen their lead be completely erased by the Bears, who've actually come out in the second half with just a little bit more energy than the Builders. So it's up to the Builders to stave off this storm that's coming at them right now from the Bears to get themselves back on track. You can see the Builders kind of looking a little bit frustrated. Baskets and points aren't coming as easily for them here in the second half early on. So it's up to the Builders to maintain their composure here in the second half if they want to break this 4-game losing streak that they're currently on. So Coach Evan Key is with his guys right now on the sideline, trying to figure out a way, come up with a play that he knows will get them an opportunity to score. Now, when we come out of the timeout, it is Builder basketball. So Builders currently trail right now 57-56, 14:51 remaining as both teams make their way back into the court for this next possession. .48 remaining. Here's Joyner with the basketball, four-court pressure by the Bears, but the press is broken by the Builders. Here's Morris for three. Shot is good. And they needed that. They really needed that. Nice job by Coach Key to come up with that set play for Morris to get loose for the spot up three. Morris sinks it. I believe that is Morris's 10th point of this afternoon's game as Micah Smith misses, but an offensive foul call. You can see Darius Hampton lower his shoulder right into the midsection of Caleb Molesky. Molesky goes down. Offensive foul is called. 14-11 in the ball left in the ball game. 59-57 Builders lead. Here's Joyner. Over to Joyner. Morris, who just hit that big three-point shot just a second ago to give the Builders the lead. Morris looking, driving, dishes, but it was tipped by a Bear. So the ball will remain with the Builders. 13:52 remaining. Builders lead 59-57 as Joyner triggers from the corner. Ball was batted back out of bounds by Jason Mixon. As Drew Walton tracks down the inbound pass. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Builders have to get off something. Here's Brandon Joyner for three. 31 points this afternoon for Brandon Joyner. 62-57. Builders lead. Here's Bo Ware with 20 seconds on the shot clock. Finds Hampton. Three-point shot short, but we have a foul call, and they're going to call that one on Brandon Joyner. So for Brandon Joyner, that is his first personal foul to go along with 31 points. And folks, we still have 13:21 left in this basketball game. So Joyner's scoring afternoon isn't quite over just yet. Here's Smith, who has 16, over to Hampton for three. Shot rims out. Here's Joyner. Builders lead by 5. Here's Brandon. And if you look closely at Brandon, you may see a little bit of fire coming off of his hand because he is hot. As Bolware steps into the passing lane and is able to convert on the other end on the turnover from the Builders. Here's Joyner. Shot no good, but there's a foul underneath. That foul underneath is going to go on the Golden Bears, Jason Mixon. So the Builders were inbound on the baseline, who they currently lead right now by 3, 62-59, 12:41 remaining. Builders having a bit of trouble getting it in, but able to find Caleb Molesky in the lane for the easy bucket. 64-59 is our score. Here's Micah Smith with the basketball, step back 2. No good, rebound, Walton. Here's Joyner. Feed down low Caleb Molesky, but it hits the bottom of the backboard. Micah Smith, blocking foul that time by Drew Walton. Micah Smith able to use a bit of a Euro step to try to avoid the offensive foul call. So instead of an offensive foul call, it turns into a foul call on Drew Walton. And for Drew Walton, that is his 4th personal foul. So that gets Marion Moore back into the basketball game, along with Kendall Matthews for Clinton College. 12-14 remaining in the ball game. Builders still lead by 5, 64-59. As Caleb Molesky enters the ball game for Drew Walton, who has to sit with 4 personal fouls. So there's a good chance he may sit for quite a while as the second free throw is in. 64-60. Builders lead. 12-10 remaining. Here's Morris for 3. Shot rims out. That three-point shot by Morris was halfway down, but still able to find just enough of the inside of the rim to rim out as we get a traveling call on Boulware, as Evan Key works on the official coming down court, letting him know that Boulware carries just about every single time he makes a move to the basket, but that time he wasn't called for carrying. He was called for traveling. Here's Moore, who's still scoreless, by the way, and he's fouled. That foul will go on Kendall Matthews. So for Matthews, that'll be his 3rd personal foul. So Marion Moore will get an opportunity to step to the line to try to get himself in the scoring column right now. Marion Moore averaging 20.3 points a ball game, but is scoreless so far. And there's Marion Moore's first points of this afternoon's basketball game. So good for him. And that pushes the Builders' lead to 65-60. Second free throw, no good off the front of the iron. We have a tie-up underneath between Caleb Molesky and Kendall Matthews, but the possession arrow is in favor of the Golden Bears, so Builders hold their lead, 65-60, 11:39 remaining. Here's Jason Mixon, guarded closely by Morris. Boulware. Over to Hampton, whose shot is up and good. That's a 2. So 65-62. Builders. Here's Corey Joyner for 3. Shot rims out. Bears on the run. Morris able to tap it out of bounds. 11-11 remaining, shot clock at 24 for the Golden Bears, but the Golden Bears currently trail 65-62. Marquise Caldwell makes his way into the ball game for Jason Mixon. Here's Caldwell. Caldwell scoreless in the basketball game. 3-point shot. No good. Strong rebound that time by Marion Moore. Here's Corey Joyner. Misses the layup. Rebound by the Golden Bears. Here's Micah Smith, who scores. And for Micah Smith, that is his 19th point of this afternoon's basketball game, and that pulls the Golden Bears within 1, 65-64, 10:39 remaining. Morris over to Joyner. Here's Moore, 1 point on this afternoon, misses. Golden Bears cross the timeline. Here's Hampton with the basketball. Long 3-point shot is good. And that's Marquise Caldwell's first points of the afternoon. And that gives the Golden Bears a 67-65 lead over the Builders, 10 minutes remaining. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Here's Morris. Pressure defense on by the Bears as we have an offensive foul call. That call is going to be on Marion Moore, and for Marion Moore, he currently has more fouls than points. 2 personal fouls to go along with 1 point, as Drew Walton comes back into the ball game a lot sooner than I anticipated seeing. Drew Walton has 10 points, but folks, he has 4 fouls. 1 more, he's gone. So we're at the 9:46 mark of the basketball game. That's a backcourt violation that was not called by the official. But it's going to be a turnover anyway as Brandon Joyner is on the run with the basketball ball. This is it to Morris, who lays it up for 2. Not really sure where the official was looking, but that was an obvious backcourt violation on the pass. But as it goes, 67-67 is our score. Golden Bears and Builders tied. 9:15 remaining. Feed down low to Boulware, who scores. 9:08 remaining. Bears, Golden Bears up by 2. Here's Joyner on the attack, but he misses. Here's Marquise Caldwell. Marquise Caldwell for 3. Shot no good. Rebound tipped and controlled by the Builders. Here's Corey Joyner. Back to Brandon Joyner. Shot over to Walton, but his shot is rejected out of bounds by Kendall Matthews as Caleb Molesky and Bryant Fuller make their way onto the floor as somehow the basketball ended up way down court. Joyner will trigger on the baseline. Here's Morris, long 3-point shot, misses everything. 8:30 remaining. Caldwell with the basketball, Bears with the lead, 69-67. As Caldwell works, 3-point shot, no good, rebound taken by Marion Moore. Here's Joyner dishing. Morris looking. Molesky, skip pass. Over to Joyner. Corner 3, no good. That was Corey Joyner, not Brandon Joyner. Here are the Bears deep in the corner for their own 3, and that one is good. Darius Hampton, and that gives the Bears a 72-67 lead, 7:47 remaining. As we get a timeout. Timeout being taken by the Builders. Evan Key calls a timeout for his team, and I think that is a very good timeout because the Builders have seen their lead evaporate, and now they trail by a score of 72-67. As you can see there, 7 minutes, 43 seconds remaining. Team fouls right now, 8 total team fouls for the Builders, so that means that the Bears are in the bonus. 17 fouls for the Bears, which also means that the Builders are also in the bonus. So you would like to see the Builders start to try to take some shots moving towards the basket. Now, one of 2 things are normally going to happen whenever you take shots moving toward the basket. Either you're going to get an easy shot or you're going to get fouled. Either way it goes, the Builders need both. So right now, they're still in the basketball game. They only trail by 5. So 72-67 is our score right now as Evan Key has called a timeout to kind of get his guys back on the same page. So normally on a timeout a lot of times, coaches call a play, as we saw earlier when Morris was able to get open for a long 3 for the Builders to stop a long scoring drought. Evan Key is going to have a play already called for his guys where he believes that they can get an easy 2 points on the board. So the Builders make their way from the bench back into the ball game. There's the buzzer signaling that the timeout is over. So both teams make their way back into the court again. Quick adjustment. 7:43 remaining in the ball game. Bears currently up 72-67 as both teams make their way back onto the playing surface. Here's Marion Moore to Caleb Molesky, over to Corey Joyner. 20 seconds on the shot clock. 2-3 zone by the Golden Bears. Moore to Morris. Back to Moore. Shot no good, as another frustrating attempt at scoring goes by for Marion Moore, who currently sits at 1 point, 7:15 remaining. Bears lead 72-67 over the Builders. Barnes, shot good. 74-67, 7-point lead by the Golden Bears here at the Apprentice Center, the Apprentice School Athletic Center, 6:56 remaining. Here's Morris. Can't find anything. Moore shoots, scores. 3 points for Marion Moore in the basketball game, and that narrows the Golden Bear lead to 5, 74-69. Williams, Anthony Williams with the basketball. Here's Jason Mixon, shot no good. Corey Joyner runs over to Morris, shot no good. Bit of an ill-advised shot by Morris. You'd like to see them work their offense a little bit better than that before they take a shot, but the ball goes out of bounds and it's last touched by the Golden Bears. Brandon Joyner makes his way back into the ball game. For Bryant Fuller, Joyner, 31 points. 6:13 remaining. Builders trail 74-69 to the Golden Bears of Clemson College. As another pass almost intercepted by the Bears, but there was a foul call on Morris. So for Sam Morris, that is his first personal foul to go along with his 13 points on the afternoon. So Jason Mixon will go to the line shooting the 1-and-1, 9 total team fouls right now on the Builders, as Drew Walton makes his way back into the ball game for Caleb Molesky. So Jason Mixon will shoot the 1-and-1 with the Bears leading 74-69. And the first of two is good. Sharif Williams set to make his way back into the ball game for the Golden Bears. And the second of two is good, so 76-69, lead back to 7 for the Golden Bears, 6:06 remaining. Builders are still in it. 2-3 zone defense is what the Builders are working against right now with Corey Joyner. Here's Morris, back to Joyner. Feed, inside, outside to Joyner. Three-point shot, no good. Morris there for the rebound. Morris goes up among the trees to try to get it in, but no doing as Moore is tied up. Possession arrow stays with the Builders. 76-69, Golden Bears over the Builders, 5:42 remaining. Corey Joyner finds Brandon Joyner, who finds Moore. Moore trying to create space. Here's Corey Joyner. Two-point shot, no good, but there's a foul on the rebound. And they're going to call that rebound, I believe, on the floor. So that is on Sharif Williams. That's the 8th team foul for the visiting Golden Bears. So that puts Drew Walton at the line to shoot the 1-and-1. Free throw is up and good. 76-70 is our score. 5:33 remaining, as Drew Walton attempts to cut into this 6-point lead for the Golden Bears, and he does. 76-71 as Bryant Fuller makes his way into the ballgame for the Builders. Sam Morris takes a seat. Here's Barnes. Barnes feeds down low. Shot up and in for Kendall Matthews. 5:17 remaining. Bears by 7, 76-71. Here's Moore. Skip pass over to Joyner. Shot. Good. And that is a three-point shot. So that's 34 points for Brandon Joyner. And Bryant Fuller able to block a shot and able to get the carom. Here are the Builders running. Joyner. If that three-point shot had have gone down, the roof was going to come off of the building. But instead, here's Hampton for three. 81-74, 4:33 remaining. And the Golden Bears believe they can sniff a victory, but there's still 4:21 remaining in the ball game, and as long as the three-point line is in existence, this game is not over as Bryant Fuller shoots from three but misses. Ron Barnes with the rebound. 4:07 remaining in the basketball game. Builders trail by 7. Here's Hampton working on Fuller. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Hampton. Shot no good, but the rebound comes off to Hampton with a kick over to Anthony Williams, who drains the three. And that pushes the Golden Bear lead up to 10. 3:42 remaining in the ball game. Bears by 10 over the Builders. Feed down low Walton, who goes up. Shot was good. We have a blocking foul. That foul was on Kendall Matthews. As subs make their way into the ball game, as Sam Morris makes his way onto the floor. Bolware and Micah Smith make their way into the ball game for Clinton, as Drew Walton will make his way to the free throw line to try to complete the three-point play and get the Builders back in it. Builders need to score as many points as possible with the clock stopped. 3:34 remaining. Builders trail. Free throw is no good. Rebound taken by the Golden Bears. 3:30 remaining. Builders trail by 8. Here's Bolware. And best believe the Bears just want to run clock. 14 seconds remaining. 3:17 and counting. Here's Micah Smith with the basketball. Morris steps out. Dribble drive into the lane. Shot is up and good. And that pushes the lead back to 10. Feed down low. Walton, shot is good. 2:56 remaining, and we have a timeout. Timeout being called by the Builders. 2:55 remaining. Our score, as you just saw, 86-78. So 2:55 left on the clock. It's up to the Builders to try to figure out a way to try to extend this basketball game. And when I say extend this basketball game, they have to make this next 2:55 feel like more like 5 minutes. And the way you do that is you score the basketball with the clock stopped as much as possible. Now, if you're the Builders, 9 team fouls, one more team foul, the Builders put the Bears into the double bonus. We're getting to that part of the game where Coach Key is going to have to make a decision where to either play defense or start to play the foul game. When you play the foul game, that extends the basketball game to try to give your team a few more possessions that they wouldn't normally get if you just play just conventional defense while the clock is running. So what will the Bears do? What will the Builders do? I'm pretty sure Coach Bynum is telling his players, no turnovers. Shoot the shot, shoot the ball very deep in the shot clock. So don't look for the Bears to take a shot before that shot clock gets down around 8 unless they're fouled early. So both teams are done with their timeout. They're making their way back onto the court for this final 2 minutes and 55 seconds. Let's see what happens. For the Builders, it'll be Scott, Joyner, Morris, Brandon Joyner, and Caleb Molesky. For the Bears, it'll be Mixon, Bolware, Smith, Matthews, as the full court press being put on by the Builders has been broken. Here's Boulware. Shot up and good. The shot is good, and there's a foul. And that's precisely what you did not want, as Bryce Scott fouled, and Darius Boulware, and that'll send Boulware to the line. And that pushes the lead for the Bears up to 10. 88-78, 2:40 remaining. And Darius Boulware at the line to shoot one. And the free throw is good. So an 11-point bulge now enjoyed by the Bears as the dish goes down low to Walton. And his shot is up and good. Plus the foul. That foul is on number 21, Kendall Matthews, and that'll be his fifth and final personal foul. So Matthews is done. His afternoon is over. So Matthews has to come off the court. And I'm not sure if he realizes that that is his fifth and final foul. So Ron Barnes will take his place in the lineup. And that is Kendall Matthews. His afternoon finishes with 5 points and 5 fouls. Here's Drew Walton to shoot two. The first of two, that wasn't the first of two, I apologize. That was actually a three-point play. I forgot that Walton shot actually did go down. So that trims the lead, 89-81 Bears, 2:34 remaining. Coach Key hasn't elected to start fouling yet. So the full court press is broken by the Bears. Barnes able to slam it home. 2:20 remaining, 91-81 is our score as the Builders lose sight of the Bears in transition defense and nearly, well, they did turn the basketball over. As the Bears are able to convert on the other end. Micah Smith with the basket, and we're going to get a timeout. This timeout is going to be taken by the Bears as they've seen their lead now balloon to 93-81, 2:03 remaining in the basketball game as we're back at courtside here. I believe that's a 30-second timeout that's going to be taken by the Bears, and I believe Coach Bynum called that timeout to kind of settle his guys down. They were trying to do a little bit of showboating right there on that last possession, trying to bounce the basketball off the backboard for a dunk, but it didn't go the way they wanted, so Coach Bynum was upset. He wants to get his guys on the sideline to get everything calmed down. So 2:03 remaining in the basketball game. Again, your score, Golden Bears of Clinton College 93, Builders 81, as the Builders make their way back onto the court and started out very promising in the basketball game for the Builders. It's not over yet, but a lot has to happen for the Builders. They have to somehow create 4 possessions here in this remaining 2:03, and they got to start draining some threes to give themselves an opportunity to win. So 2:03 remaining. Golden Bears break their huddle and make their way back onto the court. Great night of shooting, or great afternoon for shooting for Brandon Joyner. 34 points as we have another foul committed by the Golden Bears, which is extremely surprising. Ron Barnes commits the foul. That'll be a second personal foul to go along with his 14 points. And if you're Coach Bynum, that has to make you want to shoot fire out of your eyes at your players to commit that foul, as Drew Walton makes the first of 2. But if you're Coach Barnes, I'm pretty sure he preached to his guys during that timeout, no fouls. Let's get this final 2:03 over with, as the second of 2 goes down for Drew Walton. Marion Moore back into the ball game for Caleb Molesky. Builders trail by 9. 3-possession ball game. Correction, Builders trail by 10. 4-possession ball game right now, as Clinton is still on the attack as they miss. Morris pushes to Joyner, back to Morris. 3-point shot goes down. 1:42 remaining, 93-86, 7-point lead as ball goes out of bounds, but it was last touched by the Builders. Sure looked like that ball was last touched by the Bears, but it wasn't. 1:37 left. 7-point ball game, Golden Bears, full court press on by the Builders. Here's Boulware. Can't find anyone, turns it over. Here's Moore to Walton. Walton to the hoop buddy's hat, and that's going to be a foul on Darius Hampton. So a bit of a mental breakdown here, a breakdown of discipline down the stretch so far for the Golden Bears. They've done everything I'm sure Coach Bynum asked them not to do. Don't turn the ball over and don't commit fouls, and that's exactly what they've done. Here's Drew Walton shooting two. First, good. Marquise Caldwell comes in for Ron Barnes, who takes a seat. 1:27 remaining. Drew Walton shooting the second of two. 93-87 is our ball game as the second of two goes down. The Builders were down by 11 with only about 2:03 remaining in the ball game, and they've cut the lead now to 5. 2-possession ball game, so it's not quite over yet. Builders just have to be smart and create a couple of possessions. So the Builders trap. Kick out to Caldwell. Here's Smith. 14 seconds on the shot clock, 1:09 on the game clock. Here's Boulware. Up top to Caldwell, 6 seconds on the shot clock. Caldwell, shot up, no good, rebound taken by Caldwell, and there's a foul on Morris. 55.5 seconds remaining, and if they were able to get that last rebound, things could have really got interesting down the stretch. That's going to be the 10th team foul for the Builders, so this is going to be 2 shots for Caldwell. Caldwell, 3 points this afternoon. That came on a 3-point shot early in the second half, as the first of 2 is missed. Marion Moore back into the ball game, so it currently sits at a 2-possession ball game, so the Builders still have a shot, even if this one goes down for Caldwell, and it does. 6-point lead, 94-88 Builders. But they've got to score something quickly. Moore steps back, 3-point shot is good. 46 seconds remaining, Builders down by 3. Here's Caldwell. He misses. Rebound taken by Morris, but they turn the basketball over, and the Bears convert. 34.5 seconds remaining. Boy, that hurt. 5-point game, Builders still in it, but they have to score quickly. Morris with the basketball, shot clock ticking. Feed down low to Walton, but he loses the basketball. 22 seconds remaining. Here's Micah Smith, and there's a foul on Morris. Just a couple of bad breaks down the stretch for the Builders, who were right there with an opportunity, or to give themselves an opportunity to get right back in it, but a couple of costly errors with the basketball may cost the Builders this victory this afternoon. Micah Smith will step to the line to shoot 2. Smith, 23 points this afternoon, make it 24. But we've seen this story quite often with our basketball team here, where down the stretch, a couple of bad breaks, a couple of errant passes here and there has just contributed to the Builders not being able to pull out a couple of victories here in the season. But 15 seconds remaining, Brandon Joyner shoots, and he's fouled on a 3-point shot. So that will give the Builders an opportunity to cut into the 97-91 lead the Bears have. Now, if Brandon Joyner is able to knock down all 3, that keeps this at a one, that puts this at a one-possession ball game, but he needs to sink all three for the Builders to have a shot, and the first one misses. 13.8 seconds left here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. Brandon Joyner, 34 points. Second of two is good. They can't hear me.
I'm going to call a timeout if he makes a shot.
As you can hear, Coach Key wants a timeout if this one goes, and it does. So our score, 97-93, 13.8 remaining. Two-possession ball game right now for the Builders. So with this remaining 13.8, somehow the Builders have to be able to create two more possessions, as they currently trail right now by a score of 97-93. Builders, once again, you have to tip your hat to the effort that the guys have put into this afternoon's basketball game, coming off of a tough loss last night to Villa Maria by a score, I believe, of 78-73. So the Builders would like to try to get off the schneid a little bit here coming into this afternoon's game. Like I said earlier, on a 4-game losing streak, and their current record currently sits at 7-7. So if they do fall tonight, they will fall under 500. The Golden Bears will improve to 5-8, but it's not quite over yet. So Coach Key has a couple of plays in mind, so he'll give instructions to his guys. Coach Bynum will give instructions to his guys. If you're the Bears, you're up by 4, no fouls. So let's see what happens here. 13.8 remaining. Builders not quite out of it yet. So you just have to be smart. Do what it is that Coach Key has called up for them to see what happens here. 13.8 seconds remaining. Golden Bears will inbound, looking to go full court. It's a possibility the Builders may start to play the foul game. As we have a tie-up. Possession arrow is in favor of the Bears, and that takes about 2.1 seconds off of the clock. Caleb Molesky elected to go for the tie-up instead of the foul. As we'll get another timeout called by Coach Anderson Bynum. So there's a possibility that Coach Bynum is concerned that his team didn't quite know what exactly they wanted to do with the remaining 13.8 seconds. There seemed to be a little bit of confusion. It looked like instead of trying to advance the basketball, it looked like one of the players, I believe that was that was Hampton, instead of advancing the basketball, he just held it. And it allowed Caleb Molesky to come in, tie the basketball up, and get a jump ball situation. Had that possession arrow been in favor of the Builders, it would have been Builders basketball. So Coach Bynum needs to get his guys over to the sideline, like we said, and give his team an opportunity to get all of the same page for this final 11.7 seconds. Now for the Builders, it may be time to start playing the foul game. So if they can possibly get the Bears to the line, if they make both shots, it's a two-possession ball game. You have to get down and score quickly, foul, and try to stretch out this 11.7. Both teams are coming out of the timeout. So it'll be Morris. It'll be Morris, Molesky, Fuller, Joyner, and Scott for the Builders for this final 11.7 seconds. 97-93 is our score. Both teams are maxed out on fouls, so both teams are in the double bonus. Bears set to inbound. Pass is intercepted in the backcourt, 10 seconds, 9, 8, Morris with the basketball. Shot up, no good. Molesky, ball is tipped by the Bears out of bounds, 3 seconds remaining. As Brandon Joyner, Marion Moore, and Drew Walton enter the basketball for this final 3 seconds. Ron Barnes also in for the Bears. 3 seconds remaining, Bears lead by 4. As we'll get another timeout. Timeout will be taken by the Builders. 3 seconds remaining. Coach Key will attempt to draw up a play for the Builders. I believe that's only a 30-second timeout. I believe only a 30-second timeout is remaining for the Builders. So instead of a full timeout, they'll get a 30-second timeout, 3 seconds. The Golden Bears of Clinton College currently lead by a score of 97-93. And you have to admit, well-played game tonight by the Bears. Did what they needed to do down the stretch to not only erase a 12-point lead, but to currently be leading here late in the basketball game by 4 points over the Builders. Here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center, again, another nice crowd out this afternoon to see the Builders play. So right now for the Builders, I believe that was their final timeout, so they can no longer stop the clock. But with only 3 ticks left on the clock, it'll be difficult to do that anyway as Fuller sets the trigger. Here's Brandon Joyner, shot no good, but the clock never started. So the officials were able to notice that on the inbound, the clock never started on that 3-point attempt by Brandon Joyner. Golden Bears still up 97-93 as the officials.
Do you have a replay of that on here?
The officials asking, do we have a replay? Unfortunately, we do not. But the clock did not start in the inbound. So they're attempting to figure out what the time on the clock should be. We do not have the luxury of replay, so we're not completely sure what the clock should be at this point. 97-93 is our score. The officials have discussed it.
Since there was a clock malfunction to start that play, you're going to take another second off. So now it'll be.
So the officials have elected to take 1 more second off of the clock, which will put it down to 1 second remaining in the ball game. Builders trail 97-95. There was a score adjustment. So the Builders only down by 1 basket.
Second, if there's an immediate foul.
So the Builders will defend unless someone commits an immediate foul as soon as this is inbounded. And we have a foul call. 0.3 seconds remaining. So that foul is on Corey Joyner. They're going to reset the clock to 0.6 seconds remaining. Builders down by a single basket, 97-95. And Darius Boulware at the free throw line to shoot 2. It takes about 0.6 seconds for a catch and shoot. So if Boulware makes both, and he makes the first, it's still a 1-possession ball game. As Joyner makes his way onto the court, along with Ron Barnes for the Golden Bears. If Boulware makes this free throw, then it's pretty much all for naught. As far as the time goes, and the free throw is good. 0.6 seconds remaining. Long 3-point shot, no good. And the Clinton College Golden Bears hold on for a hard-fought victory here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. Our final score, 99-95. Golden Bears take it as the Golden Bears improve to 5-8 on the season. I believe that is their first conference win, and the Bears, under Coach Bynum, played a very good basketball game. For the Builders, they fall to 7-8, 3-2 in the conference. So another tough loss for the Builders, who once again were right there at the end of the basketball game, but some tough breaks just did not go the Builders' way. We did commit a few costly errors down the stretch, a couple of turnovers here and there that really just doomed this team from winning the basketball game. So the Builders will regroup and they will be back. They currently are on a 5-game losing streak and will look to try and change their fortunes here real soon. Awesome basketball game if you were in attendance. If you weren't, we hope you will enjoy the broadcast this afternoon. So from half court here in the Apprentice School Athletic Center, I'm Howard McCain, and we'll be signing off where the Builders fall short 99-95 to the Golden Bears of Clinton College of Rock Hill, South Carolina. So hopefully we'll be back. The next time we come back, the Builders will look to change their fortunes. 5-game losing streak. So hopefully the next time we see the Builders, they'll come away from a win. So for next time, we'll see you then. Did you thank Bayport? I did. Huh? Only thank Bayport when we win. Thank you. I'm gonna see if they still got some over there.